To make things harder still, there isn't any information about how much of these E numbers are actually in the product or how much is safe to eat. So the question is, are we all overdosing on E's, and how would we know? Well, I'm going to spend one day eating as much processed food as I physically can, containing as many E numbers as possible, to see how easy or how difficult it is to exceed your acceptable daily intake. Whilst I binge, my medical mate Dr. Jonty Heversedge will do the maths. He's going to use the European Commission guidelines to work out my ADIs. Then he'll check the levels of each E number that they allow in different products to work out how much of them I've scoffed.
So, first thing I need to do, stock up with loads of products that are full of E numbers.
I only want to take in calories if they come with E numbers. So today is all about being processed.
Processed cheese, E452, E339 and 331. Pre-packed hot dogs, E242, 282, 330. Oh yeah.
My E-binge begins at 7:30 in the morning.
Lipstick all over my face.
Being a reasonably healthy eater, my breakfast is usually a humble bowl of bran flakes and milk.
Do you know what an E number is?
Yes.
What's an E number?
Jelly.
Jelly.
But my two girls have got wind of what I'm up to, and they're hoping to get things off to an E number packed start.
Did you make that especially for me? That's so sweet.
They've done pretty well. These jellies provide 5 E numbers, including colours, acidity regulators and gelling agents.
It's not a very nice substance to start eating it, when you've just woken up.
But there's more breakfast to come. I'm now going to have 5 portions of different cereals. Almost all cereal contains E numbers because they're fortified with vitamin C, vitamin E and vitamin B2, also known as E300, E307 and E101.
Okay, I better get eating this.
5 times the cereal means that breakfast takes 5 times as long, so I'm taking my homework on the school run.
That's so unfair. Oh, it's gone right down my neck.
That's absolutely disgusting.
You never heard that, right?
Half an hour later, and it's time for some more E numbers.
Nothing good about this. Right. My stomach's talking to my brain already, and it wants me to stop. Hello! How you doing?
I'm starting to flag, so I've asked some friends around to join me for an E number packed lunch.
You like pizza?
Pizzas can have loads of E numbers, from colours in the cheese to emulsifiers in the dough. Even the topping is a rich mix of thickeners, antioxidants and acidity regulators. 3 o'clock, and it's tea time. Tea time.
I'm right on the edge of being sick now. It's partly that I've just the pressure on my stomach of just the volume of food, but also the flavours are becoming really quite sickening and nauseating.
Pizza?
Leave me alone.
But there's still the last E-supper to go.
There's still loads of food I haven't even touched, so I'm going to try and take some cheesecake and blend it down with some of the more liquid substances that I've got. It's not at all bad.
For my bedtime snack, I've found a sensitive toothpaste with potassium nitrate in it, apparently to help desensitise the nerve endings.
Of course. If I'm actually consuming these things, I better drink it as well. Ugh. Cleans your passages.
I've binged like never before, and now it's time for Dr. Jonty to tell me how I got on.
So, Stefan, come along in.
Oh my God.
This is everything you ate. Does it bring back any memories?
It does bring back memories of horror, frankly. It was one of the most disgusting experiences of my life.
Yeah?
Yeah, really.
So you challenged me to actually work out how many E numbers and how many additives there were in all of the food that you ate. Do you think you managed to go over your acceptable daily limit on any?
I would have thought so, just looking at this and not knowing anything about it. I would assume yes.
Actually, when I calculated the number of E numbers that you managed to consume in that day, you consumed a total of 50 different E numbers, all right, which is quite impressive.
It's quite a lot. Oh, there's quite a lot of food.
It's quite a lot of food.
50 E numbers, that's a lot a lot for my body to deal with, I suppose.
Well, it is, but what's interesting about that is that actually, in trying to calculate whether you'd gone over your acceptable daily intake, I found that 32 of them don't actually have an acceptable daily intake associated with them. In other words, it's been decided that in your normal, average daily diet, nobody is going to eat enough food with those additives in them to go over any sort of toxic level.